Uh, as you know, I like to feed my friends, the little birds. And whilst I was proceeding to do so, a random stranger approached me, literally just to say thank you. And I was thinking, I was a bit confused, like, thank you for what exactly? And she was like, oh, um, yeah, don't worry, she's not a stalker. She said, oh, I've been watching you feed the birds and I wanted to say thank you. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And she said, oh, I saw you from like last week Friday. She said, oh, and you look so happy doing so. I was like, yeah, I get enjoyment out of seeing the happiness in their face. Do you know what I mean? Seeing like them doing well, seeing them looking healthy. Whereas I obviously explained that before, they didn't look very good. Do you know what I mean? You could see it in and out. They needed help. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people would obviously just pass and not care, which is unfortunate and quite sad actually. But me, on the other hand, I see it from a different perspective. As well as society seeing them as a nuisance, they're actually good for the ecosystem. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was nice to get some recognition, you know. And she said, "Oh, when I see you feeding them and talking to them, you look so happy, like you get real joy out of it." I said, "I do. If I didn't get joy out of it, I wouldn't be doing it." Do you know what I mean? You know. Unfortunate for some, I actually, yeah, not as well as not just getting enjoyment out of it. It's kind of like also giving back in a sense, you know? Yeah, because I used to be one of those people that would look on the birds like that as well. Do you know what I mean? As like a nuisance, do nothing but like defecate all over the place. Do you know what I mean? I think that was just excitement because when I feed them, I usually have to wear like old shoes, or maybe it's just where they wasn't used to eating because they don't do it no more. They was literally like pooing themselves, and I was like, oh, and that made me realize that obviously they've not eaten. They don't have like set meal times. Obviously they don't because they're birds, but I just assumed society would also feed them. Do you know what I mean? Unlike seagulls that can go in bins and dig for scraps, pigeons don't have that luxury. I was just glad this morning because I do feed the seagulls. I think it started with me feeding the seagulls first, and then the pigeons joined in, then the magpies, then the squirrels. It was nice. Then the crows, the blackbirds, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, it was amazing. But usually, I think maybe they're just maybe the seagulls are being mindful, should I say? Because usually the seagulls are all over it, you know? I know you might have seen in some of my videos where I probably was like shouting at them. Do you know what I mean? I play catch with the seagulls also, but that's probably because I've given them already. Do you know what I mean? And when I'm trying to feed the pigeons, they're literally stealing the food and attacking the pigeons for the food. And I think to myself like, come on now, be better than that. Do you know what I mean? There's enough for everybody. You don't have to be like that. But yeah, I was kind of expecting the same conduct this morning, and it didn't happen. I think they reckon it's like I see some seagulls looking at me like to say, yeah, looking at my bag thinking, oh, she's got something for us. They don't realise it's already gone. I'm so sorry, seagulls, it's already gone. But yeah, your day's tomorrow, seagulls. But yeah, they usually rob the pigeons of all the food. I've even seen it. I've even seen them trying to attack the squirrels. Yeah, and now because I managed to evade the seagulls, the pigeons are now. Like when you're around certain kind, this is the same thing with humans as well. When you're around negative people and negative energy and negative behavior, it doesn't matter how good you are. After a period of time, you start to pick up little traits. Do you understand? And you start to behave the same way and think the same way. Do you know what I mean? And act the same way. Which is why I say be mindful of your surroundings, be mindful of people you let around you, you know. Be mindful of what you watch, listen to, or engage with in general, you know. Because We are at the hill of spiritual warfare. It is rife. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I would choose to speak on it, to highlight it. And if you notice, you take yourself out of that environment and away from that energy and just stay in solitude, stick to yourself. Just try it for a couple of days and I guarantee you will notice the difference. You'll even feel different. I'll give you a prime example. I have like different groups of people that I engage with. Some of them I have no choice because of the groups that I'm in. But I do notice, whilst I'm in certain presences, I feel the different energy that makes you sense. Like I might start to get like a little headache or feel a bit offish, do you know what I mean? Or feel pressure in certain parts of my body. That is your inside spirit letting you know someone around you, like who's very low vibration, which is obviously hides it very well, has very is vibrating. Not only are they vibrating very, very low, they're also emitting dark negative energy onto you, So you've got to protect yourself at all costs. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be aware of it also. Do you know what I mean? Because the more you're not aware of these things, is the more these things can attach itself to you, infiltrate your sphere and start to damage you from the inside out. Does that make any sense? And then you might start to act different. You might start to be agitated, get angry quick. Do you know what I mean? Just do things that's really outside of your character, Take it from me, I know I've been there already. Do you know what I mean? And once I realized the root problem, I removed myself from that energy, full stop, Just change it up a little bit. It's the same where people that like to stalk people like myself, troll me on social media, engage in like a smear campaign, hate campaign. They've done everything, Just ignore it. Because the minute you engage with any of it, you're giving it fuel. Do you understand? The more you ignore it, what's going to happen? There's nothing for it to fuel. And it's exactly what I'm seeing now, So I know the people that are trolling all my social media platforms, thinking just to see what I know. Why am I going to let you know what I know? I'm not that stupid, Just like I know that the same people have been watching me, just doing normal things like sharing my experiences, things I like to do, things that I may like to eat, things I may like to cook. And then they've been systematically, deliberately trying to put curses and spells upon these food items, deliberately to try and poison me. And they think I don't know. But I'm letting you all know now that I know, and I also know that it's not just me this has been done to, I'm just one of many, I might be getting targeted a little bit more purely because of my spiritual background. And that's fine. I have nothing to fear, I have nothing to worry about, because I know for a fact they can't do anything to me. But because they was doing it for so long under my nose, they just assumed I would never find out. Confusion spells, do you know what I mean? Hexes, curses. They spent so long trying to destroy me and playing in my energy that they actually believed to themselves that my energy was theirs, and it's not, So if anybody else feels the same the same type of traits that I have, know who you're around, know everything, the time, the date, the place, who you're around, do you know what I mean? Write down whatever it is you're feeling, and that's how you will pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. Because people nowadays are full of hate, very hateful, very bitter, very evil, and that's disgusting. Do you know what I mean? They want what others have. I've always had to fight, but I'm not jealous. That's a waste of energy, do you know what I mean? But at least now I can say I haven't experienced what I have experienced, where it was coming from. And that way, I'm able to protect myself even better to the point of anything they try to send out to me in a form of spiritual attacks doesn't even infiltrate my spirit at all. It literally bounces, it ricochets off me basically, you know? And because their attempts have been like null and void, they're trying to ramp it up by doing things like coming to my property, to removing things from outside my front door and sticking in my neighbour's plot plant outside on the pavement, you know? Pouring urine all across the steps of where I live in the hopes that I would step in it and catch some type of virus. That's not going to work, you know? And to be quite honest, it's very sad and pathetic. And that's fine. Because I will continue on my path and nothing but God can stop me. Point blank period. And I pray you heal from whatever trauma it is, even though there's no excuse because I've suffered through trauma literally my whole life, you know? And I didn't choose to go out and inflict the same trauma on others. That's where you made a big mistake, you know? And because of the fact of I'm not bitter like you are, you know, you're angry. Like, that's hilarious. I literally find that hilarious that you're angry that all the things you've done to me systematically for like a few decades, in fact. This ain't just like a few weeks or months, a few decades. Not only that, to rub salt in the wounds, what, between 5 to 8 times? You've paid or done it yourself and done death spells, graveyard magic. You've tried all that. Come to be spells, you tried all that. Sex magic, you tried everything. And where has it got you? I'm still here. No matter what you try to do to me, I'm still here. And it's not going to work. I'm too protected for that. Too protected. Too. And I'm very grateful, very grateful. So yeah. I'm about to go and look for a gift for my divine ancestors to say thank you again. So yeah, always be grateful. I mean, even when there was times when I thought to myself, what is there really to be grateful for? And don't beat yourself up for thinking that, because you're only human and that's a natural human emotion to feel, you know? What you need to remind yourself is just be grateful that you can get up in the morning and breathe air, you know? And rest in peace to those who didn't. I know that list is going to get bigger, and that's also unfortunate, but certain things can't be prevented, you know? If it's destined, it's destined, isn't it? The death angels don't discriminate, you know? And if God said it's your time, it's your time. And if you chose to sell your soul, that's also very sad. But like I said, free will, innit? By your own hands, you know. And you was not able to accomplish what your contract stated. The devil's come to collect your souls. So meet me at the crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. So you won't be lonely. Meet me at the crossroads, crossroads, crossroads. And I'm not anybody, and I'm not anybody, no. And I'm not anybody. I'm singing like I don't really know. I don't exactly know all the words. I kind of know like the beat and like a little bit, and that's about it. It's not really something that I really used to listen to be honest with you. So yeah, with that being said, I'm just off to, like I said, purchase a gift for my divine ancestors. And yeah, and then go do some grounding. Has anybody else tried tree hugging yet? Or even putting your feet on the grass and grounding yourself and releasing any negative energy or negative toxins from your body? I'm telling you, it feels so good, super good. And it also, as crazy as this might sound, it actually aids sleep. Yeah, I think the longer you stay connected to the earth with your bare feet on the grass, don't worry about the weather. I thought the same thing. Oh, I can't do that because it's wet or it's muddy. Like, you know, just bring a towel with you or some wet wipes and wipe your feet off. You know, I did. I kind of forgot it today, so I can't do it today. Maybe tomorrow. I remember Mercury retrograde is coming up. The 12th of December, I believe it is, till the 1st of January. You know? And it affects people in different ways. And it's also a time for anybody else that's on certain paths to strengthen your protection around you also. Because that's when these little critters and little demons want to attack more. You know? Just call on your judgment angels for extra protection, you know? Every time you pray, call judgment, you know? Because these are the little things that keep you safe also, you know? And return to sender. Always remember to return to sender. Okay? Loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm loving it like this. Do you really like it? Is it wicked? Yes, they are very wicked. Very wicked indeed. But I would say never give up faith, you know? We're in some real trying times and we're in like the heart of spiritual warfare, you know? And that's in the 3D and the 5D, you know? There's a lot of people that never ascended out of the matrix. I did. Like when God gave me that calling and he gave me that warning, listen, he didn't have to tell me twice. I was gone, you know? And from that, I've not looked backwards. So yeah, I hope everybody has a beautiful weekend and a very high vibing day, should I say. And I hope everybody is safe, well and happy, flourishing, doing great things. And yeah, and I hope everybody has peace. Thank you. I hope everybody has peace and is happy, like myself. So yeah, Soul Tribe, I love y'all. High vibers. Peace. Even to the karmics.